Welcome back, my friends. We have another exciting guest star for you today. But you'll find out about that soon enough. As usual, I am your host, Aster Fortuna, Bard Extraordinaire. And you'll be listening to Ashley as Tara Dane, the human fighter, Brian as Paxton, the human cleric and fighter, Danielle as Athelflad, the halfling rogue and monk, and Josh as Zartok, the tiefling wizard. They managed to suck Jeb's soul out of the mimic and inject it into the body upstairs that was left soulless by Nondal the Nimble, that scoundrel. When I get my hands on him, that's for another time. They introduced Jeb to the refugees from World 83 and the Garden Gnomes, and then made their way back down the stairwell, defeated a group of undead, and entered the spooky department of illusion. When we last left them, they were confronted by a pair of flickering, ghostly doors.
Last time we left off, the party had reached the illusion level of this ruined wizard research complex. You'd walk down the stairs, and you get to this landing on the stairwell, and the doorway in front of you is not a nice, convenient, normal set of solid doors like you've seen in the past. Instead, ahead of you are two ghostly doors that flicker in and out of existence, briefly appearing to be made of translucent wood and then disappearing again. To the right of the stairwell, you can see there's a collapsed section of wall. The walls around the stairwell exit, where the doors in front of you are and where these flickering doors are, they're jagged, showing signs of some of the stone having been removed or damaged. And there are arrows with black feathers and black shafts scattered around on the floor. A bunch of smaller stones and all sorts of things all over the place. It's kind of a mess. Obviously, Jeb has not been down here. Beyond the flickering doors, you can see what must be a foyer, or foyer, possibly with some columns stretching away, but it's so dark that you really can't see any detail, except for you, Zartok. You can see a bit more than the rest thanks to your dark vision. The darkness appears to be dimly lit for you out to a distance of 60 feet. The rest of you will need torches. What do you do?
Okay, can we just recap what happened? We just killed, some zombies and stuff?
Yep, you killed some zombies, and I think they were ghasts or ghouls. I can't remember.
And that was in
the party
the
never
stairwell?
really figured it out,
Yeah.
but I think they were ghouls.
Yeah. So you killed a bunch of undead on the stairs and fought your way down here. Did you block off the stairs again?
We wanted to. I don't think... Let's do it.
Yeah, if we didn't do it already, let's go ahead and do it.
All right, so you're going to block off the stairs again with your magic pane of glass so that nothing can come up. And this weird, ghostly doorway is in front of you. What do you want to do?
I walk around to the other side of the stairs.
You walk around to the other side of the stairs, and as Josh can show you over there, up at the north side, at the upper side, there's no doorway this time. There is a pile of rubble where you suspect there was probably a door, but it looks like it has been walled up or blocked up, or maybe something has collapsed here, but there's no doorway at the back of the stairwell area.
Does it look like there's a doorway? Is the rubble pile big enough that there might be a door behind it?
Sure, if you dig away at it, you could just scrape a few stones away from it, and you can see it has actually been walled up.
Never mind.
And in fact, there's a similar pile of rubble over on the left, to the left of the stairwell or to the west. It looks like something has spilled through a doorway here, like maybe a room behind it has collapsed.
Tara does not look inclined to haul rocks.
Yeah.
So probably go back the other direction.
To the south?
Where there's a doorway that we can walk through.
Okay.
The ghost doors.
Okay. So are you using torches, or is just Zartok gonna take everyone by the hand, or what's the plan?
No, that's not going to happen.
Hey, Zartok, do you have any kind of like light-making cantrips or anything like that that could help the rest of us?
Yeah, I do, but it's on my staff that I'm not currently attuned with, so we could wait.
Some of you have
Yeah,
torches,
Tara has a magic torch.
and
I
Athelflaed
think
has a magic
do
lantern,
too.
right?
Yeah.
I have that ever-burning candle that I bought from Sigbert.
Okay.
So there you go. Why is
the
everyone
place
always
is
looking
full.
for me for magic?
Because it's just a candle. If you can like light it up magically, that'd be a
That would
lot
be
better.
That would be better. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, you don't have your staff
I'm
attuned,
just
so
a
I'll just
terrible,
use my cool
terrible wizard.
candle.
Just the worst.
I didn't say it. You said it.
All right, Tara, lead the way. I'm not leading the way.
So Tara is leading the way with her torch into this room.
And I'm bringing
Yeah, sure,
my,
sounds fine.
my torch too.
And my candle. Paxton wants to touch the doors to see if the illusion is that there aren't actually doors there, but the illusion is making it look like there are doors, or whether there are doors there and the illusion is making it look like there aren't.
There are actually no doors here. They appear to flicker into existence, but there's nothing there.
Huh.
So we just walk
Just
through.
walk on through.
Yep, you just walk through.
Yep.
If they flicker into existence while you're walking through, it causes no harm. It looks like the room ahead may have been a foyer, like the others that you've seen before, with grand stone columns reaching up to the 15-foot high ceiling. Someone has blocked up the spaces between the columns with stones and mortar, leaving only narrow slits between some of them. At the far end of the room to the south, you can see two large wooden doors, much like the flickering ones, but these appear to be solid, and they are both open.
Kind of feels like another demon devil war kind of place with all these walls.
Mhm.
So if there are slits between the columns, and there are arrows all over the ground, what does that tell you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It seems like another war situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you proceeding ahead then?
I'm gonna cast see invisibility on myself,
Okay. Zartok casts See Invisible.
just in case.
I'm gonna try and peer out one of the arrow slits.
Okay. All right. So you guys walk in. Tara, which side are you going to? Your the west. Your left. Okay. So Tara walks up to one of the arrow slits, starts looking through. What are the rest of you doing?
Guarding her?
Investigating the room.
Okay. Investigating. I wanted to actually ask a rule thing here. So this particular level, there are going to be lots of situations where you guys are searching or investigating, and I can let you guys make those rolls, and you can role play whether you know or don't know something based on your role, or I can, as I've done sometimes in the past, do those rolls for you and tell you whether you know or don't know something, and keep it sort of secret. What would you like to do?
Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, it didn't matter to me either.
But I can't be surprised.
That's right. Tara can't be surprised.
Yeah.
That's right.
Just a friendly
I
reminder.
mean, as long as she's conscious.
Yeah.
I guess she could be.
Oh, what an evil thing to say.
Well, he's wearing a shirt that says TPK, TPK,
Oh yeah,
TPK.
I didn't mention
so...
it. I'm wearing my House of Bob TPK shirt.
Yeah, and
Much to our horror.
So he's feeling kind of brutal.
and it's got an exclamation mark after each one, so
Well,
that
if it's
just like
a
set
House
the
of
tone.
Bob shirt, he probably knows.
TPK.
No, I'm letting the listener know. The listeners need to know what we're dealing with today. Like the mindset of the DM is that we're it's not good.
We are under duress.
Let's change it up. Let's have it to where we roll and
Okay. All right, so you guys can roll.
see if we
So,
like it.
Athelflaed, you're making an investigation check. Go ahead and roll.
Yep.
What are you? And you're just investigating the room in general.
Yep.
And Tara, make a perception check.
Okay. It's good. It was a 5.
A 5. All right.
Me too. It was a 5.
All right. So as far as you can tell, this room. Well, first of all, there aren't any arrows in the floor in this room. But this room appears to be a space you could use as an ambush. It would be an effective location for that. Tara, you don't hear anything, though. It seems really quiet.
So looking out of the arrow slit, I
So,
see.
yeah, you're looking through the arrow slit, and Athelflaed, you're looking around the room, and I want to know, what's Paxton doing?
guarding Terra. He's afraid that like arrows are going to shoot out from somewhere or
Okay.
something.
Mhm.
And what's Zartok doing?
Zoltrak's in the doorway, just kind of waiting.
Okay. Zartok standing in the doorway. Epilema is going to stride into the room and say, I don't know, it doesn't seem kind of boring. I mean, where's the action? Now,
Looks like we missed it.
I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, where's the action? Shut up. All right, here's how we're going to do. I'm going to roll for everybody so everybody can see how awful it is to be me. Oh, never mind.
All right, he's rolling on fantasy grounds. All right, Athelflab, what'd you get for initiative?
A total of 7.
Epilema got a 4. Zartok, what'd you get in total?
20.
Tara?
18.
Paxton?
It would be a 3.
3 from Paxton. So here's what's going to happen. There's going to be this first round of combat during which everyone except for Tara is surprised. So the first thing that happens on losing initiative 20, there's the equivalent of a lair action, and a portcullis slams down behind you, Zartok. Right just on the side of that doorway on the stairwell side.
Of course it does.
Right?
Goes
So
right here.
a portcullis slams down. The portcullis looks kind of crude. It's made of a bunch of spears that have been tied together. But it slams down behind you. At the same time, the doors at the opposite end of the hallway slam shut.
Uh-oh.
And that's the first thing that happens. Now, Tara, you are not surprised. Zartok and Epilema don't get to go this round, and Athelflad doesn't get to go either.
Now, plot-wise, just wondering,
Uh-huh.
if I'm on guard, I said specifically
Yeah.
I was guarding Terra, would I still be surprised by this too if
Um,
I'm like keeping an eye on
You know what I'm going to
everything?
do? I'm going to say that you are doing the equivalent of taking the dodge action,
Okay.
right? So I'm going to, anything that comes against you, I'm going to give it a disadvantage. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So Zartok can't go. Tara, you get to go. Now here's what happens. The portcullis is slammed shut. The doors have slammed on the other end of the hallway, and you see movement in the torchlight through that slit. In fact, you can see that there are several creatures in the shadows there that are aiming bows at you. What do you want to do?
Okay, so I can't get through,
No.
obviously. And they trapped us into this hallway.
Right.
But the only way they can hit us in this hallway is through these little arrow slits.
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna get out of the way of the arrow slit and put my shield up.
Okay. You get out of the way of the arrow slit, and you put your shield up.
And I tell everyone else.
So you're taking the dodge action on your turn then.
Yes.
All right. All right. So the next thing that happens is from all the arrow slits around the room, a hail of arrows just starts flying into the room.
It's not good.
A whole bunch of arrows come flying through the air. So let's start with the ones that are attacking Tara. They have disadvantage, which is good because they rolled a 20. Tara, your AC is 21 now, right?
It is.
Okay. All right, so you are hit only once. 4 arrows go flying at
How
you.
dare they?
Yeah, you're hit only once, and you take
2.
5 points of damage,
Mm.
but I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Wow, he's really trying to make me unconscious already. Okay.
I'm not doing anything. How dare you?
17 and it's 20.
All right, you resist the effect of some kind of poison on this arrow.
Oh.
Another set of arrows go flying at Paxton, and they also have disadvantage. And let's face it, unless I roll 2 20s, there's no way they're going to hit him. No, I rolled a non-natural 20, but nope. No, the arrows just are pinging off of Paxton, loudly ringing around this enclosed space. He's just impenetrable, really. And that is the next set of arrows, and then Zartok. Zartok, they don't have any kind of disadvantage against you. Are you still wearing mage armor or something, though?
Yeah, I got 16 armor class.
Yeah. All right, you're hit once,
Super,
you're hit twice,
super strong and not afraid of this situation.
you're hit
at all.
3 times, Zartok.
This is really cool.
You take 14 points of damage, and I need you to make 3 Constitution saving throws. He's so upset. He
I turned the screen
he turned
off.
the screen off.
I didn't do that. Oh, I think fell asleep. All right, are we ready for this? What's my Constitution? I'm +1. All right, ready? Bam, 13.
Saved.
Boom, 15.
Saved.
This is gonna use a luck point here.
Okay.
All right, 16.
Saved.
Mark off a luck point.
All right.
Hooray.
You shake off the effects of this poison. You can feel yourself, though. You're getting drowsy.
Why am I doing this?
And Athelflad. All right. We have 1 miss on Athelflad. I'm sorry, 2 misses. 3 misses. Oh, and a natural 20. Ooh. Oh, that's bad. Athelflad, you take 14 points of damage as an arrow hits you right in the gut. And you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
17.
You save. Man, you guys are killing it on these saving throws. And Epilema. And she is hit once. And she takes that much damage. Arrows are just flying from every direction. Tira, you did manage to get out of the way of the arrows right in that slit, but unfortunately there's a whole array of arrows on the other side of the wall, other side of the room flying at you.
Yeah.
And Epilema has to make her saving throw, and she rolls a 4. So Epilema just says, "Oh, I'm so tired," and falls down. And is anybody else left to attack? I think that's everybody. Okay, so that's the archers, and now Paxton. Another thing happens. You feel your armor is starting to get really hot. Really hot.
What?
Really fast. In fact, it's starting to burn you.
What's going on? Guys?
And you take 5 points of damage. Fire damage. As your armor starts heating up.
The DM has found a way around your armor class, boy. All right, let's read his shirt one more time.
Dislike.
Dislike. Thumbs down.
All right, and that was the first round of combat. The second round. Zartok, you get to go first. What do you want to do?
Awesome. So, how many arrows were fired at me total? If I can tell, I know I was hit by 3. Is it just so many arrows?
It's hard to tell, but effectively 4 attacks were made on you.
All right, Zartok will cast mirror image.
Ah,
So,
clever. Zartok casts mirror image. Anywhere you want to move? Anything you want to do?
so this gate looks rusted, kind of rusty.
It looks like it's made of some spears that have been tied together and have fallen to the ground.
Does it look particularly sturdy in any way, or do I think like...
It looks like if you bashed at it, you could probably break through eventually.
All right, I won't say anything. All right, he'll. Is there anywhere to be so that you get hit by less arrows? So there's the arrow slits. If I go up against the wall, for example.
So the arrows from one side would be unable to attack you, but archers on the other side could just reposition.
Yeah, something. Yeah, but that would still be better than getting hit
better
by
than
everyone.
being able to be hit by both sides. That's right.
That's what Zartok would use
Okay.
his move action. to
All right, so you
position
push
like
up
that.
against the, I don't know, let's say the left side. Tara, what do you want to do?
Okay, so can I tell what's shooting me? I expect it to be kobolds because we've read about kobolds being on this level.
Yeah.
Is that what they
Kobolds
are?
is a good guess.
From me peeking out.
Yeah, it's consistent. What you have seen so far is consistent with kobolds.
So Tara is also, I guess I know what kobolds are, right?
Kobolds are something that in World 83 were almost legendary. They're uncommon. They're sort of like goblins where
Okay.
they don't mix with people anymore. Kobolds existed at some point in the distant past, but were no longer around during your time.
Got it. Okay. So with my opinion of what a kobold would look like or whatever.
Right.
I am also going to try and take cover, but even better than I did before since I know arrows are coming from literally everywhere. And also shout, hey, we're here to help you. And try to persuade them to not attack us anymore.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
Yeah.
It'll be really difficult, but give it a try.
Listen. Okay, I have plus 11 to persuasion. I rolled a freaking 1.
Oh no. You hear some snickering. So there's a second round of arrows that go flying at all of you.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah. So, Zartok, here we go with arrows flying at you.
All right.
I have 1 hit, 2 hits, 2 hits. Oh, but we need to do the mirror image. So, how do we do that? How does that work?
Oh boy, magic. So the duplicate's AC is 10 plus your dexterity modifier, so they would get hit anyway. But that miss could hit a duplicate also, so that's something to keep in mind.
Okay. Well, the miss did not hit. The 2 misses definitely did not hit anything.
Okay, cool. So if I have 3 duplicates, so maybe I guess I'm rolling. You must roll a 6 or higher to change the attack's target to a duplicate. With 2 duplicates, you must roll an 8 or higher. With 1 duplicate, you must roll 11 or higher. So here, I'll roll a d20.
Okay.
Okay, so it hits 1 duplicate. That's a 20 on the die.
Okay.
Wasted my natural 20.
All right. 1 duplicate.
Second attack will not hit a duplicate.
All right, so you take 1 hit.
And then I'll use Hellish Rebuke on whichever one's hitting me.
Okay, so you take 5 points of damage, and you must make a Constitution saving throw, and you get to use your reaction. So, how does the Hellish Rebuke work?
16 on that Constitution saving throw. So Hellish Rebuke is, I get hit by one, and I'm like, oh, you nasty little thing. Point my finger at it, and then it has to make a Dexterity saving throw or take half of 2d10.
It rolled a 16 on its Dex saving throw.
What a jerk.
Does that save? Okay, I guess that saves.
Here, let me roll the damage still. Where's the d10 on this thing?
So it takes half?
Yeah. All right, so it takes half of 17.
Wow. Okay. You hear another...
Blah! What was that again?
Put that on a soundboard.
And Tara, 4 arrows coming at you. They have disadvantage. You're still taking the dodge action. Oh, man. All right. Tara is aware and alert now, so arrows are bouncing off of her and her shield. None of them are able to get through. All right, let's check Paxton pointlessly. No, nothing gets past Paxton's rapidly heating up armor.
Do I take any damage from the heat metal?
Oh, and you do take damage from the heat metal. You take... it's only 4 points of damage. And there's another set of there's a couple more archers that can still shoot. Who should they target? They're not going to target Epilema. She's down. I guess one will try Tara and one will try Zartok. And they both miss. So Epilema is down. Athelflaed is hiding. Paxton is rapidly heating up. Zartok been stabbed with several arrows at this
Not
point.
looking good.
What's Zartok's current hit points?
How much damage did I take? I was busy trying to do damage back. I think it was 5-ish.
Yes. I think
Okay,
that's right.
good. I got it right. So I'm currently at 13.
Oof.
Yeah, it's looking great. It's just got 4 arrows sticking out of him.
Athelflaed.
I guess I can go stealth, but I also want to see, would it be possible to hit anything with a crossbow through the size of these arrow
Yep, you can take a
slots?
shot. They have
All right.
cover, though, which means
Okay.
it'll be harder to hit them. But you can shoot.
All right. I'll go ahead and take a shot at
Okay.
one of these. Ooh, natural 20.
Oh, all right. You don't get your sneak attack damage.
Nope.
But you get to roll your damage twice for your 1d8, twice for your crossbow.
10.
10 points of damage. You hear a...
And I can take the bonus action of hiding.
That's right. Roll
Yep.
your stealth check.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Another natural 20. What?
Whoa! And
All
what's
right.
your stealth
Plus
bonus?
10, so 30.
30. All right. Athelflaed disappears into the shadows in the room. You're not even sure if she's still there anymore. All right, Athelflaed, that was your turn. Epilema sleeps. Paxton, what do you want to do?
Paxton doesn't really know who to attack, and to take off the armor in an area like this would be deadly, and also take a couple of minutes, I think.
Yeah, it takes 5 minutes or 2.5 minutes with help.
Yeah, that's not happening. So the only thing that he can think to do is get the heck out of here. So since that portcullis looked like it was just spears tied together,
Right.
he thinks that he could maybe charge through it and break it.
Okay.
So he is going to back up and charge and try to hit that gate as hard as he can and just break through.
I really like this.
Make an attack roll.
What would I add?
Just your normal weapon attack. I mean, we'll count it as, I guess you're sort of shield bashing it. So if you want to, you could add your proficiency bonus in your strength.
Okay.
If you break through it, can you go, oh yeah?
If I add my strength, then that's 7, and if I add my proficiency, it's 10.
Okay, so you bounce off of this structure, which is stronger than you thought it was.
Oh no!
As this fight is ongoing, you're getting pelted with arrows. Some of you are doing well, some of you not so much. You hear a sudden sound of shouting from the columns on your right, and then some screaming. And arrows stop flying at you from that side. And then you hear what sounds like maybe a large cat? Perhaps a lion roaring? And then some more screaming? You're not sure what's going on over there. There's no light coming from that side. But arrows do keep coming from the other side. So we're on the next round, the third round. We'll start with Zartok. Zartok, what do you want to do?
Yeah, so Zartok's not happy about this at all. Can he fireball through one of the slits and just blow
You
up a bunch of
could.
kobolds?
Which side?
The left, the side that doesn't currently have activity or is still shooting.
The side that is still shooting?
Yes,
Yes,
I think
okay.
the left.
Okay. So you shoot a fireball through there. I'm going to roll dex saving throws. Pulling out the big guns. Oof, they're not doing great on their saving throws.
Good, that's good to hear. Zartok's doesn't like kobolds today.
And I got to make a concentration check for the heat metal. So you're not sure what happens. Zartok points his finger at the wall on the left, and your tail sort of nods at you approvingly.
Yeah. Do you need damage, or is the damage high enough that it doesn't matter?
Well, yeah, tell me your damage.
All right, give me a second. Sorry, not good at the maths today. 30 damage.
Wow, okay.
Sorry, there's one more d6 to add in.
Goodness.
34 damage. Take that, kobold.
My gosh. All right, so Zartok points his finger at this wall on the left, and a little mote of fire goes floating through one of the slits, and then there's a massive explosion of heat and light, and you hear screaming and sizzling noises. Paxton, you're still feeling pretty warm, though. So it seems that whoever was over there, if they were caught in that spell, they're still able to concentrate on that spell that's on you. You're pretty sure you just fried a whole bunch of somethings. On the other side of the wall, the screaming and noises continue, and now you hear the sounds of fighting. That means it's Tara's turn. Tara, what do you want to do?
Okay, so the doors on the end of the hall, they shut?
That's correct. Paxton just tried to bash through the
spear thing.
the spear portcullis that slammed down.
Okay. How long is this hallway? Because I can't tell if I can make it to the end to the doors or not.
The hallway is 70 feet long.
Okay, well, I'm going to go down my 30 feet,
Okay.
and then I'm going to fire my short bow out of one of the arrow slits.
Okay, into one of the arrow slits. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Take an
To
attack.
try and hit some, evil arrow guys.
Okay. Which side? Left or
The
right?
side where the fighting is not happening.
Okay. So where he just threw the fireball?
Yes.
Okay, great.
That one's 21 to hit,
Okay.
and also a 23 to hit.
Those are both hits, even with cover.
And one of them is 4 damage, and the other is 6.
Okay. Something falls away from the arrow slit. You're not sure how much activity is going on over there now, though. You hear the sound of something burning, but you're not sure if anybody's still shooting. You don't see any arrows flying out of that side anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You still hear fighting coming from the other side, so it's their turn. Again, you hear fighting coming from the west side, the side where this roaring noise has been coming from. And now you hear more sounds of combat, but also strange sounds like maybe coins jingling? Sounds like a bunch of metal jingling, perhaps? And then there's suddenly an enormous explosion, and that middle column just collapses. It just falls to the ground. Parts of it are still stuck to the ceiling, but the part near the floor just collapses, and bits of rock fly everywhere. And now there's an opening in the wall on that side. Ethelflad's turn. Ethelflad, what do you want to do?
I'm going to go ahead and... Well, do we hear any noises? On
Yeah,
the other
you can hear these sounds of fighting, and I mentioned there are also these jingling noises.
Yep.
And you can hear I don't know, it's kind of little weird voices shouting.
I'm gonna make that my ringtone.
Okay.
Can I see anything well enough to aim?
I guess if you still got your lantern, it'd be difficult to... You could set your lantern down and take a shot with your crossbow. If you want to point your bullseye lantern at the, your hooded lantern at that side where the column just collapsed. It's kind of hard to see with all the dust and rubble in the air, but you could try. You could see if you can see some movement.
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right.
I'll go ahead. 15.
15. You're not able to hit anything. Your arrow goes sailing over the heads of some of these targets here, but as the smoke is clearing and as the fighting on that side seems to die down, you can see now there's this opening on the west side of this passage. You can see there are these short reptilian humanoids lying around on the ground there, and ahead you can make out an opening in the wall on your right. And you see another reptilian figure gesturing for you to hurry through the doorway there. You can see at the end of that section.
Through the crack on the side of the wall, you see this low black cloud roil out. It's silently rolling with electricity. Spills out from the crack of the wall. It rises up to about waist height and fills the width of this hall. The light of the electricity flares and then you hear a voice.
Hey, never mind. It's just humans. Everybody calm down.
The cloud then blinks out of existence, and in its place you see a motley group of small, waist-height lizard creatures. Standing in front, proud and straight-backed, is a brilliantly ivory-colored lizard. He bears a staff in one hand, an assortment of exploration gear, baubles, and glass jars are strapped to his body, and his eyes are this uncanny kind of color. Instead of pupils and typical irises, he appears to have golden coins. By your torchlight, you can even make out the embossed image of a dragon and some scratchy writing on them.
What are you doing down here?
Paxton's just rolling on the ground screaming.
Paxton, you take 5 points of damage. Now you can now hear from the other side of the hallway, from where the fireball was thrown. You can hear the sounds of movement again and some more of these little voices shouting.
We're helping you.
Zartok's going to cast Burning Hands into the room that this seems is coming alive or whatever.
Oh, okay, so back on the side where it seems like more people are coming through, you're going to stick your hands up to one of the arrow slits and cast Burning Hands?
Yep, just Burning Hands right in there.
Okay. Epilema spends her round sleeping. Athelflaed, are you doing anything?
Asking him, who are you?
Okay. Athelflaed's talking. Zartok, go ahead and do your damage.
Where's that noise coming from? Athelflaed, how you do that? So that's 6 damage.
6 damage, okay. All right, you hear some screams and then some feet running the other way. See, this is just sort of chaos. I'm not sure how to manage this. Well,
too busy to talk to the kobolds right now.
Yeah.
The little white kobold yells,
Hurry, quick, come this way before they get around.
Tara's gonna go pick up Epilema.
Okay. Yep, thank you for remembering Epilema. I was just going to assume she just stayed there.
Yeah, no. Since we're supposed to follow the little other kobolds, I suppose, she's gonna pick up Epilema because she's quite asleep.
Okay, so you pick up Epilema
and just shout at Paxton to get up.
It's so hot.
I can't carry him.
No. No. All right, so are you following this little group of kobolds, or what are you doing?
Tara will with Epilema.
Okay, so this unusual-looking kobold, and you notice that this kobold and the other kobolds that he's with, they're sort of glittering a bit. Their scales are almost reflective, but they lead you out of this death trap hallway and into a side chamber. So you enter a large open space, 50 feet east to west, 70 feet north to south. There's a magical torch flickering in the northeast corner of the room. Immediately to your left is another hole in the wall, and 20 feet away, where there should be a door, there is a carefully arranged pile of rubble. A 3-foot-tall barrier made of wood and metal has been placed right next to these 2 doorways, and there are 2 of those reptilian creatures lying dead on the ground. Their bodies glitter in the torchlight as they're wearing an unusual amount of gold jewelry. On the west wall is a large painted diagram on the wall opposite where you're coming through. This big diagram portrays an eye, and there are some lines emerging from it and entering it. and there are a few scraps of wood scattered around on the floor, all over the room, but otherwise the room is empty. What do you want to do?
If everybody's through, I'm
Yes.
going to cast a spell, Mold Earth, and close over the opening that they just all came through.
Ah, cool. All right. So that passageway closes up. What are the rest of you doing?
So Tara's like looking around to figure out what the heck happened. Like it seems like were they shooting at us, or were they different kobolds shooting at us, and then they came and beat those kobold? That's what I assume happened, but she's trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah, just from these kobolds lying on the ground, you would guess there are two groups of kobolds here. There's this group that appears to have rescued you, and their scales are reflective and shiny. And then there's this other group that's wearing lots of gold jewelry. There's a couple of those lying on the ground, and you also stepped over some of them.
So a
in that
shiny
passage
group and a
behind you.
different shiny group.
Yes.
Nice.
Paxton, you take 9 points of damage.
Are you still screaming?
Yes, Paxton's
Is
armor
he
is white
visibly on
hot, and
fire?
he
Is he like melting?
He's not on fire, but he is in. You're not sure how he's alive.
He's whimpering very loudly like he's trying not to scream, and he's trying to doff his armor, but it's just too hot and it burns his hands when he tries to do it, so he just does it over and over.
Do you know what's happening with our friend over there? Is what Tara is going to now ask the kobold.
Some sort of strange magic. Let me roll an arcana check. Nope, 7.
Let me see if I can figure it out too. All right, that's 18 to figure out what's wrong with Paxton.
You're pretty sure he is afflicted with heat metal, and if that's the case, you have to wait for the spell to run out or for the spellcaster to end it.
Or for the target to die.
Right.
Okay.
Let me try something.
The kobold reaches out, touches a hand to the outside of the metal, and casts Dispel Magic.
Ah.
So I have to make a DC 10 plus the spell level to dispel it, unless it's third level or lower, in which case it just ends.
It is third level or lower.
So it's just off.
Yep, it's just off. The effect just goes away.
Thank you, friend.
Spells are not cheap.
What's your name?
My name is Spelok, the Magnificent.
All the other kobolds around him start cheering.
Spelok, Spelok, Spelok.
Paxton's chanting too. Spelok, Spelok.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to play Spelok from Calgary in Alberta, Canada, is Shaun from the House of Bob podcast.
Hey, everybody. I'm waving, but you can't tell because it's radio.
Yeah.
The audience is
Yay,
applauding.
Shaun! If you can find Shaun on Twitter as @ShaunMakes, that's ShaunMakes.
That's right. Yep.
Where you can find him posting about the House of Bob podcast, and maybe sometimes he might link to his art stuff. He does some art for commission. It's really cool stuff. He did some work for us. He did a multi-panel comic piece of art depicting the events of the Battle of the Eastern Bubble. That was really cool. You can look that up on our site, or you can listen to the House of Bob, which is really cool. He was the DM for the excellent Tomb of Annihilation campaign that they did. One of my favorite DMs, actually.
Oh, jeez.
And yeah, he's a really cool guy. And we're really glad to have him here. And he is playing Spelok the Kobold.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I'm a big fan. I love your show, and I'm really honored to be on here today.
Spelok, Spelok.
So what is everyone going to do now? You're in this room. It's got some, looks like old paintings on the wall. There's this crew of kobolds around him. I guess I could describe some of them if you're interested, or we could just wait until it comes up.
Go for it.
All right, so there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 9 other kobolds, aside from Spelok.
Let me. This is Segsnan Zormax Vub Julie Uba Snuck Grib.
Oh, that's a long name.
No, that's 7 of them.
I'm not going to remember any of that.
Was one's name Julie?
Yes.
Yeah, there's one of them that steps forward. She's about as wide as she is tall. She's about 4 feet tall and about 4 feet wide, just this giant wall of muscle. And she steps forward.
Oh, Eppelima's going to love her.
Yeah, she steps forward and points at Epelima. And then she looks at Spelok and says, "Smash!"
No, don't
She's
smash. Don't smash her. She's sleeping.
Smash!
No, she's sleeping.
Smash!
Quick,
Oh,
you with the head thing. Give her something to smash, or she'll get distracted.
Who's he pointing at?
Who's the head thing?
The head thing. You with the horns.
Oh yeah. What? I don't want her to smash me. No thanks. What does she need?
Something crushing.
All
Anything.
right, do I have any? What can I give her? Hold on.
I look around
Literally
for
an
rocks.
object?
They're
They're
rocks.
dead
there, right?
bodies.
Yeah.
I just go over and try to lift the biggest rock I could.
All right, Ethelflaed
Manage.
picks up a rock and hands it to Julie.
There you go.
And Julie looks at Spelok and says, "Smash!"
Yes, you go smash that.
All right, she takes it in her hands and starts pushing together as hard as she can, and the rock explodes. And she says,
Ooh.
"Smash!"
Good. Now you go take a nap.
Nap?
Yeah, just snuggle with Epilema over there. Just be cute.
All right. Julie goes and lays down. Yeah, so there's a bunch of others. There's one guy that looks all scarred and tough. There's one that looks kind of soft and pink, and he's wearing a yellow metal cap, and he's got some pieces of glass over his eyes. There's one that appears to be covered in mops. There's one that's covered in bags and looks like it's chewing on something, but you can't tell what it's chewing on. There's one that's covered in water skins. It's just got like 10 water skins hanging around its neck and a bone through its nose. There's Julie, who is asleep. There's another one that is wearing leathery rags, and it has lots of little tiny animal bones sewn into all the rags. There's one that's sort of standing in the back, and he looks really cocky. He looks like he doesn't think much of any of you, and he's got a larger than normal sized short bow, and he's wearing leather armor. And then there's another one wearing rags and covered in little potion bottles. She has lots of little jingling potion bottles all over her.
Sounds like an adventuring group, basically.
Mm-hmm. So Spelok, what's going on down here?
You walk right into middle of war. There's too many kobolds, too many leaders. No one can agree.
How many kobold groups are there?
Word eaters, gold nibblers, wall crashers, flash pokers, and us, the gem takers.
Jam takers.
Oh, yeah, gem takers.
Sounds good.
That sounds like our group.
That's us, yes.
Yeah, I think we picked a side for sure.
Paxton points to all the dead kobolds on the ground and says, which group was that?
Those are gold nibblers. They like treasure but don't share. They don't take anything back home. They like to trap people like you.
What are the gem takers? What do you guys like do?
Well, we take gems.
Jeez, Tara.
You can see that in Spelok's scales, like he's encrusted the space in between his scales with little crushed gems. In fact, the entire tribe has like these like glittery gems kind of crushed in, almost like diamond dust, like lotion smeared all over them.
And you guys do share and take gems back home? Or
We pay
you
proper
guys-
tribute.
Okay.
Yeah, well, another one speaks up. This female one that's wearing bones that are sewn into her leathery rag. She says,
We want to take gems back, but cannot get past. They break the rules. Spelok, lead us.
Yes, one day we will get back to Lurthovox, taking all of the treasure.
So we're down here looking for part of a little wand that casts cold magic. Do you have one of those down here?
There is something. It is currently in possession of a particularly awful kobold named Olgor. He has.
and all the other kobolds go,
Oh.
Does Julie wake up?
does Julie wake up? I don't know. Let's see.
Does Julie wake up?
No, Julie's still asleep. She slept through that.
All right.
Maybe Epilema woke up. No, Epilema wakes up. She's,
What's going on?
who are they?
Tara gently sets Epilema down. These are our friends Spelok and the Gem Takers.
Oh, they're like
Like a rock band.
They're like they're like normal sized people. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, allies.
You are very short human.
I'm normal size. I'm a halfling. You know, we're like normal people.
Okay. So
Like Ethelflat over there. She's also normal sized, you
I
know?
wave. I'm like, hello.
Yeah, we're like normal, and you guys are like normal too. It's these weird tall people, you know, they're weird.
yes, I don't know how they don't hit their heads on everything.
Yeah, right? I know. I'm always wondering, how do they not hit their heads on all the door jams? But somehow they manage. So, what are we doing?
We're killing lots of kobolds, Epilema. You're gonna love it.
Oh, I like these
This
guys,
is gonna
though.
be your floor.
Olbor?
Olgor.
Olgor.
ULGOR.
And which group is he with?
Flesh pokers.
Oh, so hey, you don't like the flesh pokers? We need something from a flesh poker.
Oh.
Yeah.
This seems to be coincidental. Olgor
Fortuitous.
Olgor has fortuitous is also a good word. Olgor has twig of leadership. If we help you get wand, I can get twig of leadership.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
That sounds
all
like
right.
a good agreement. Yeah, let's do it.
So you are currently in an area, Shaun, you're in this area that was sort of a no man's land. You couldn't break through this area when the Gold Nibblers were defending this region. But now you could run through that wall to the south. You could go back to your camp. What do you want to do? What does the group want to do?
Hey, do you have like a home base or something?
We have sort of a camp. It's behind this wall over here.
And Spelok shifts another mound of earth with his spell and opens up a back area to where the group has been camping out.
I think maybe your friend needs a nap as well. I could rest. I used many spells trying to save your pink butts.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then we can talk about how we can get
I'm
that
crimson.
twig of leadership.
Yes, perfect. Twig.
So there are two things going on here I wanted to mention, Shaun, to remind you of. So there is a region to the southwest that used to be your regular home base.
Yes.
That you sort of lost, and then you've been camping out in this temporary place up to the northwest. So you haven't been able to return to your regular home base recently. You've been stuck in this side area.
Yes, we have to stay in this closet. It is very cramped, not enough room for all family, and someone else has taken our real home. Or at least the home we have here.
Maybe we can help you get it back. Paxton says as he's looking at all the gold on these dead gold nibblers.
Yeah, do you want to loot some corpses, or what's the plan?
Oh, for sure, always.
All right. You managed to get 43 gold pieces.
It's not like gold is all that useful in this world, though.
It's shiny.
It's just shiny. All right.
Not as shiny as gems.
He wants to try and nibble on it.
That's true.
I'm a bit of a gold nibbler myself.
Oh, don't say that right now.
all the kobolds put their heads around.
Just kidding.
Okay. So again, where are you heading? What's the plan?
I think if we can, let's heal up. Or take maybe a rest if we can, unless we've got something pressing. Paxton looks awfully red, too.
Well, Olba walks up to Spelok. She says,
Spelok, this area is too close to gold nibblers, not safe to rest.
Even 1 hour?
You're the boss.
No, you're right. You're right. Too dangerous. Too close. They're going to come and take our gems. We could try going south a little bit. Maybe take these humans to our home.
Yes, home.
and yeah, some of the other ones all say home. They all like that idea. And Julie says smash.
Tara shrugs. I mean, she's just going to follow the kobolds.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Do they fan out, or are they like a kobold swarm? Like all in one
They'll
square?
spread out a little bit.
Okay.
Every kobold has a job, so some go forward, some head back, some protect in the middle. They're very organized.
One of the kobolds walks up to you, Spelok.
Yeah.
And it's the one wearing all these mop heads. And she says,
Great Spelok, do you want me to scout ahead?
Yes, or you go through. Make sure no gold nibblers in the hallway.
Yes, I will go. Anyone sneaky join me in your group?
Okay.
We sneak together.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
This kobold covered in mop heads sneaks out into the hallway. Make a stealth check, Athelflaed.
15.
All right, that's about as well as she did. So the two of you sneak out into the hallway, and she says,
Hey, we lay here. We watch. Just lay still for a moment. We watch hallway. See if danger.
Okay, sounds good.
so she lies down by the wall here, and suddenly she just resembles like a pile of garbage lying by the wall.
You're a pro.
And you wait a moment,
And she says, we wait just a little longer. Listen.
and you can hear in the distance the sounds of footsteps, but it doesn't sound like they're coming closer.
Now we sneak. We sneak home. You go?
Yeah.
Okay, so she leads you down this hallway. You're in a hallway that runs east-west. It's about 20 feet wide, and there's some sort of room across from you. There's no access to it as far as you can tell. You're using your lantern, I guess, to see?
Yep.
Okay. You can cover that lantern. That's the nice thing about that hooded lantern. And the passageway splits. You can see it goes west or south, and she says,
We go south. We go this way. Follow.
Okay.
Little one, follow me.
All right.
You are the right size.
Yeah, right size.
and the passageway continues. You can see it veers off briefly to the right, but ends in a dead end of what looks like rubbish. So she continues leading Athelflaed. Athelflaed, you come upon some more areas that look like they are... it looks pretty empty, really. It's very quiet. You can see there's some more rubble over to your east. The passage continues to the south. There's a door that's closed up ahead and to your right, but she ignores this, and she continues walking around through these passages, and she comes eventually to a narrower hallway. It's 10 feet wide, and it turns to the right, and she says,
Shh, this is our home.
Okay.
We lay here and listen. Ready?
Okay.
all right, so she lays down. Let's make perception checks.
12.
All right, so you lay down and listen. You don't hear anything. It sounds very quiet. And Zor is lying there for a long time. And then eventually you start hearing,
What? Hey. I nudge.
you nudge her.
What?
Hey. Oh, what are we listening for? You fell
Oh,
asleep.
I didn't hear anything.
Well, what do we do next?
Oh, now we go look.
Look where?
Look inside.
Okay.
All right, so she creeps up forward a little bit further. You see there are a couple of openings ahead that have been blown or knocked through the walls, and she creeps up to one of these openings and looks inside. And she looks back to you, and it's hard to read these lizard people's facial expressions, but she looks a little upset. She says,
Oh no. We go back to Spelog now.
What happened?
Our home is empty.
Oh no.
They took his favorite chair.
Uh-oh.
We must go back. Go back to
Okay.
Spelog.
Uh-oh.
all right, so the two of you sneak back down the hallway, back toward where the rest of the group is hanging out.
I take it another warring faction has taken his chair. Wasn't just random looters.
Well, you don't know. Eventually, for the rest of the group, Athelflaed and Zor return, and they come bounding up. Zor says,
Great Spelog, bad news. Someone take our things.
I knew it. Gold nibblers probably. They take
Probably gold nibblers. They never share.
everything.
They take your favorite chair.
What? No.
They take your favorite chair, your comfy one.
I see
It is gone.
I wanted to sit in that while I rest.
That is what it is for. It is true.
Spelok raises both hands to the upwards above his head, gazing up at the ceiling. Just
No.
all the other kobolds start wailing.
I think you guys are going to attract some attention.
You help us get chair, and we give leadership. We help you get your thing, and then you help us kill other kobolds that are betraying the legacy of Lord of Ox.
Let's go rest, and we're going to talk about this.
All right.
Yes.
All right, so you follow Athelflaed and Zor back to this area, the former gem taker home, and There's trash scattered all over the place. There are barricades that had been put up as defenses that have been thrown down. You can tell that the kobolds have modified this area. They've taken some existing doorways and made little walls between them and opened other areas of wall to make this sort of a defensible area, right? But unfortunately, there's nothing in here. Even your magic water basin has been destroyed, Spelok.
Everything. They take our home, our water, our chair.
Barbarians!
Outrage.
Savages!
Huh?
Are there any clues in here as to which of the other kobold warbands might have done this?
The cocky-looking kobold with the bow, he steps forward, and he says,
I am Snock. Beware my bow, but that's not important. The important thing is, if the gold nibblers do this, they leave nothing of value. They take all.
So quick. Does anybody see anything of value?
I investigate the room.
okay, make an investigation check.
6.
Some of the kobolds are searching around as well. No, it looks like there's nothing valuable here. This must have been the gold nibblers.
Okay. So, the twig of leadership, right? Like, what exactly... Because no one seems to be following the flesh pokers, except for the flesh pokers. So what is the significance of the twig?
Well, Algor has twig of leadership, and for most part it works as described. It allows him to issue orders and mandates for all of the tribes, but while some of them follow him blindly, like sheep.
Boo! Boo!
Yes. Boo! We, the gem takers, understand that Algor is contradicting our mandate from Larvothox. He is not really a good leader and merely abuses the power of the wand.
Spelok! Spelok! Spelok!
Spelok! Spelok! Yes, that's me.
Yeah.
So Spelok, this twig of leadership, is it magic or is it just invested with like the authority of the social contract of all the kobolds? Like, what's the deal?
Some have column A, some have column B.
I see. What does this twig of leadership look like?
Stick.
Twig!
Yep.
With a leadery aura?
Yes, it's you hold it up, everybody looks over at you, you say a thing, they go, yep, okay.
Got it.
Sounds awesome.
So if we were to get the twig of leadership, could you then get your chair back?
Oh, most definitely. And then I would take chair back to Long Shadows, no problem.
Okay, so we only really need to do one thing, which is get the twig and our wand.
Yes, that'd be good.
Tara, are we totally sure that this wand fragment and the twig of leadership might not be the same thing? Is there a possibility that they might be the same thing?
He didn't suggest they were the same thing. He said he has wand and twig of leadership.
The one fragment's rather small, right? It couldn't be the same.
Well, they're pretty small
it's
too.
It's much smaller than any twig you would normally think of as qualifying as a twig.
What is your one fragment? What does it do? What does it look like? Maybe I've seen it.
It's very cold, and
Oh.
it does things like make ice.
Ah, yes. Okay, that right away. Dead giveaway. Algor wears big coat and gloves and a hat like some sort of peak creature that gets cold.
And
think he's
he
got it?
has the twig and the wand, and they're
It's
different things.
Always, yes. Oh, it's very cold around him. It's like snow and ice, and he always has mean disposition. I think it's 'cause he's not very warm.
Okay.
So where's Algor in this on this floor, mate? Is he northeast?
North of the stairs where you come from, there is another section of the level. It leads to Long Shadows, which is really true home of kobolds. Algor has planted himself there in his tyrant throne and must be defeated usurped so that we can leave.
Okay, and if we were gonna go there, are the other kobolds going to join in against us?
It depends. If they are enthralled by the twig of leadership, then yeah, probably. But if we maybe convince them, I don't know. I tried. Doesn't work for me.
Huh. Okay. So, how big of a group is the Flesh Pokers?
Well, Algor is sometimes called Algor the Huge.
Not physically big. I mean, how many are there?
I don't know.
Shaun doesn't know.
I don't know. How good is Spelok at counting? I guess he can count pretty well.
I have +1 intelligence.
So I'm reasonable at math.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So,
I have a 7, so and I can count.
yeah, so let's say...
we don't know about that.
Hey.
I don't know, there's probably 20-something? Maybe more? It's a big, tough tribe.
Per tribe, or
for the
just
flesh
pokers?
for the flesh pokers, it's probably at least 20-something.
But if the flesh pokers have that wand of leadership, or that twig of leadership, then that means that all the other war bands might be coming after us too if we attack them.
Yeah, that's a suggestion. So, how big are the other groups?
Mike?
Okay, so the other groups...
Come on, Spelok the Magnificent. Stop talking to the DM.
So the other
Didn't
groups...
give me numbers.
So there's the group called the Word Eaters. They're pretty small. There might be 10 of them. It depends on what scrolls they've toyed with lately.
The Word Eaters are small tribe. It depends if they've eaten anything that made them duplicate or not.
Oh, that's a weird thing.
Is that something that's normal?
Well, they eat left behind magic stuff like scrolls and potions, and sometimes it's beneficial to them and sometimes it's not.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But, they make the magic happen by eating it.
Yeah, we're familiar with that. With things that eat magic. How does Spelok's magic work? Do they seem like an innate spellcaster, like the magic's coming from within them, like a sorcerer, or are they casting spells like a wizard?
It's arcane.
Okay.
It's arcane spellcasting, but you're not sure more than that.
That works. Okay.
I don't know. Are there any telltale signs of what Spelok is?
So Spelok has that unusual visual appearance.
Right.
And I don't know. You might have noticed that he is frequently talking about this thing that he has to pay tribute to.
Okay.
The gold nibblers, in terms of how many of them there are, there's probably at least 20-something of them. They're actually a pretty numerous tribe. The wall crashers, you think they may be extinct, but you're not sure. They tend to take themselves off somewhere in the southwest corner of the complex and set up a bunch of traps, and nobody messes with them, so nobody's sure how many there are.
Yeah, that.
Well, I think Tara's right. The best course of action would be to head north and see if we can find Olgor and just take him out.
All right, so you're taking a short rest, a long rest? What's the plan?
I think we should do a long rest.
If we
Yeah,
could do a
I'd say
long
a
rest, that'd be
long rest.
great, but it doesn't
All right.
I'm
matter.
at 31.
You hole up in the old home of the gem takers, and you take a long rest and try to recover some of those spells and abilities and hit points. And we'll play the rest music, and there, insert rest music here. And we'll pick up there next week